What up, world? What up, world? Welcome back. This is episode 5 of the Dawg Money Sports Show. I am your boy, Money Marvin. This is my boy, Big Chubbs. How you doing today, my boy?
I am blessed, my brother. It's been a long weekend, but I'm grateful to be here. Grateful to be discussing football again.
True that.
It's always a great day to talk about football.
True that.
And I'm definitely excited because we are literally about 3 weeks, three weeks away from college football, about 4 weeks away from NFL.
Let's go.
And we got some preseason going on. So,
Finally.
I mean, either way, it's football season to me. So,
I can finally have something worth watching on TV.
want to go ahead and hop into the news for the week. In the NBA sector, there's really not much to talk about. Honestly, I mean, it's all off-season stuff. It's all, Drew League. It's all any low-key NBA league. It's a bunch of stuff going on, but nothing worth truly mentioning in
Nothing
the
we
NBA.
can bet on.
Yeah, exactly. But as
That's
far
what
as
I'm waiting on.
WNBA news, we have Brittany Griner's sentencing in Russia. She was sentenced to 9 years, which is crazy.
For 0.7 grams.
For 0.7 grams.
That's wild, bro.
But, that's all political moves right there. That's simply because Russia wants to figure out a way to swap some of their guys for her. I do hope that she has the ability to come home from that, because 9 years that's egregious.
That's a lot for anything, though.
Absolutely, man. As far as college football, we are headed into college football talk this week. As far as news goes, there's nothing to truly talk about in the news sector. So we're going to skip over to NFL. NFL, we simply in training camp. During training camp, you have highlights. Hopefully we can throw out some of them.
You've been watching them Saquon
man,
highlights,
I'm
man.
so mad.
You could have drafted him. I know you are.
I swear.
I know you gonna draft him, bro.
He wants me to draft him. And I'm like, I open my phone.
Bro,
that's the first thing I see. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it,
He
man.
just reeling you in, bro.
I'm not going to do it. So, in the newsworthy, Roquan Smith, the Bears linebacker, he requested a trade, stating that he doesn't feel valued. Now, to me, the Bears that would be a huge mistake as far as on their end. You have one of the top young linebackers.
One of the best.
One of the best at his position, man. And defensively, he is definitely one of the best in the league. So to let him just walk would be crazy. Go ahead and pay that man. Go get that bag, brother.
And put a solid defense around him, bro.
Their team is truly trash, but I think their team is truly trash.
And they're owned by Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Owned.
And still going to be owned for a couple of years. Matt Stafford, he has tendonitis in his throwing elbow. Do you think that's going to be?
That's something he's been dealing with for a very long time.
It's something he's been dealing with. Honestly, I have it in my knees and in my elbows as well.
That's crazy.
It's something that you can manage. It sucks and it hurts, but it's definitely something that you can manage. I think right now during training camp, they're just trying to kind of keep him at a pitch count, if you will.
Kind of like how they did Dak last year.
Exactly. And that's the only thing that you can really do. I don't believe that it's going to affect him fantasy-wise or real season-wise against that money. So I think he's still going to put up the same numbers. It's just all about making sure that he does his job and staying healthy with that. Do as much treatment as he can. As far as Chris Godwin, he will be the other news. He's coming back from that ACL injury last year. He's actually been seen in practice, catching, running routes. He still has the brace on, but even in the brace, he looks pretty efficient.
Nice.
So I think that will be a good look. I feel like he'll be coming back a lot sooner than a lot of people expected.
But he's not expected to be there for week 1, though, right?
I don't know. I don't know if what his timeline or what the doctor's timeline. They haven't really said. Right now he's in the knee brace. Right now he's running, catching routes, running routes, catching balls.
What did you say, Nick?
Pause, and he's still going. So I just had to get that one out of my get that one out of my system.
Get it out
early.
of your system, bro.
Get it.
Dog.
Had to get it out of my system early, but now I can focus. Now I can focus. That's it for NFL news, college football news, WNBA, NBA news, and so we're gonna kick it
real quick. I do want to bring up one thing we forgot to mention in the top 25 for college.
We ain't even there yet.
You said we done with the double.
We about to get there right now. Let's get there.
To it then, my
Gosh,
boy.
dog, you trying to shotgun me, man. You trying?
Bro,
come
I just
on,
wanted
man.
to throw something out there. It's been kind of messing with me all day.
Okay,
but go ahead, and I'll tell you when it's my time.
So, since Marv want to go ahead and hop into the college football talk, we are starting college football talk today. We're going to start with the top 25. We're going to start discussing that over the next couple of weeks leading into football. Today, we're going to start with 25 through 21. So the bottom 5.
Uh-huh.
What did you want to say?
First off, let's go. Give me the bottom 5.
Okay, so the bottom 25. So at 25, we had Houston coming in. 24, we have Ole Miss. 23, we have Arkansas. 22, we have Cincinnati.
22, we have Cincinnati.
22, we have Cincinnati.
22, we have Cincinnati.
Who finished number 4.
They made it to the playoffs last
college
year.
football playoffs.
They dropped from top 4
to 22.
22.
And this is based off of the coaches poll, if you don't know.
Correct.
And then we also have Kentucky rounding out that last 5 at number 21. What did you want to say?
I'm surprised that Cincinnati dropped so far.
You surprised?
I am surprised. I get, they graduated a lot of folks, but a lot of folks on that roster got a lot of playing time, bro. I was a solid roster. Granted, they didn't do so well once they got to the playoffs.
Right.
But what they did throughout the season was amazing to me, man.
Now, on that end, I won't say that I'm surprised, and we're going to dive into that when we get there, just because of certain pieces that they're missing. We'll hit up at going back up to Houston. We're going to give you a quick dive, nothing too intense. During the season, I like to write write-ups. So if you are into write-ups, if you are into betting, if you are into college football betting, subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to our email. We'll have that up soon.
Explain what kind of details you're going to put in your write-up.
Details. I give it everything. I give you a full write-up based off of my studies, off of watching game film, based off of analytics. I do it all. And then I give you my prediction for the best pick in that particular game, whether it be a teaser, whether it be points, whether it be money line, whatever. So on that end, you'll have that information set to you if that's something that you'll be interested in. Just make sure that you subscribe and it'll get to you. I might even throw it out there on our Twitter and on our Instagram just for giggles. So we're going to hop back into Houston. Last year, Houston finished 12-2, right? So Houston's last year, their strength of schedule was 127. So they had out of, I want to say it's like 132 FBS 1 schools, like Division 1s. Their strength of schedule was 127. So they had of the easiest schedules, finishing 12-2, which that's something that you expect from that kind of school, right? This year, they have number 102. Okay. So it's still easy. And then they returning 7 on the offense.
And what was their record again last season?
12-2. Returning 7 on the offense, returning 6 on the defense.
Okay.
Under 4th year under the coach. A lot of my information, too, comes from our Phil Steele. That man is a guru, honestly.
Man, we've been rocking with Phil Steele for a long time.
Phil been giving us some gems for a long time, so I definitely rock with Phil. In his book, he always has top ranked units. I like to discuss the first 15. Houston has one top ranked unit, and that will be their defensive line at number 14. So I believe they're in the AAC conference, which is one of the easier conferences. So Give me your thoughts. Do you think that they repeat, kind of go back 12-2? Do you see them making a push for a college football appearance, being that they're ranked 25 now?
College football playoff appearance?
Yes.
No.
No. Not them.
No.
Do I see myself making some money off them boys? Yes. Because did I last season?
Yes. Absolutely. No, that's for sure.
I didn't even expect to rock with them last season.
Man, I mean, they've been
I'm
putting
watching
out,
them cover, like, bro, and they're doing it with ease.
They've been putting it out.
Who's putting these lines out here?
They've been putting out, and with 102 easiest schedule, give me that money. Yeah,
Money line.
Give me that money. Give me that money. We're gonna roll over to the number 24 ranked team. That'll be Ole Miss in the SEC. Last year, they finished under Lane Kiffin. He's going into his third season at the helm as a coach. They finished 10-3 last season. They had the 42nd ranked schedule, toughest schedule there, and this year they have the 30th. They have 5 offensive players coming back, 7 defensive players coming back. They are losing Matt Corral, their quarterback, to the draft, and they're also losing 3 top wide receivers. So all 3 of their top wide receivers and their quarterback gone.
So we're looking at a whole new team pretty much.
And they have no units in the top 15 in Phil Steele's opinion. So 10-3 last year, what do you expect to see out of
Not the playoffs.
not the playoffs.
Not no SEC championship.
And even though they bring back 7 defensive players, I feel like their strength right now under Lane Kiffin's under Lane
Players
Kiffin,
mess up.
man, all the time. Under Lane Kiffin is that they were attacking the transfer portal, so they're going to have some good players in. I do feel like it's going to take them a while to get adjusted. And speaking of taking a while to get adjusted, during football, please, when you're betting first 3 weeks of college football, don't throw out no serious change unless you're ready to lose it, because everybody is adjusting. I feel like, and can you speak to that? I think first 3 to 4 weeks is kind of a throw.
I usually be hitting parlays first 2 weeks though. However, I'm not throwing out big money on a wish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you do gamble, it's always smart to know what you can afford to lose, because if you lose it, it's gonna hurt.
If you hear my kid in the background, I mean, it is what it is.
Man, it is what it is. That's your blessing down
they,
there screaming. You better thank God for them screams.
They got to calm down, though. But as far as going into the 23rd unit, we have Arkansas. Arkansas, another SEC team, finished 9-4. To me, I think they were more of a surprise to me last year. Finished 9-4. Their strength of schedule last year was 16. This year, 4.
Jeez.
4. So
do they remain in the top 25 when it's all said and done?
They have 7 offensive players coming back, including their quarterback. They lost most of their defense and only returning 4. Their biggest loss was Treylon Burks, wide receiver with the Titans now. But they do have a top 15 Phil Steele unit in their O-line at number 12. So,
with that being said,
do they
end up in the top 25 when it's all said and done this year?
You asking me?
I'm asking you, my boy.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. Like 4.
But, everybody got a shot.
Everybody has a shot. But now we talking about SEC football. You went from 16 and being a surprise to no longer being a surprise, and you got to play the 4th toughest schedule in the country. Man, I'm not overlooking you at all.
No.
Like, I'm coming for your head. I'll whoop your head, boy.
You know that I will. I'm done with you, bro. What's up next, man?
We go right down to Cincinnati, or up to Cincinnati, and that's number 22, going back to what we were talking about.
Crazy.
From finishing number 4 to number 22. Cincinnati, I feel like all the money was on them last year.
A lot of mine was.
A lot of money, but also I feel like they had the key to success. All of the non-Power 5 schools were looking at them to show up at least in the college football playoffs. Right. So that way next year they had a chance. Cincinnati last year finished with a 13-1 record. Most of the year they were like on that hinge of not being in the playoffs because of their strength of schedule, was 90th in the country. This year it's 86. So you already was pushing the envelope there. I feel like they kind of gave it more on GP. You know what I mean? They was like, "Hey, you on
GP,
you got you."
Go ahead, man.
You got it. You got players that's seniors balling out, and I really feel like they took that into account there. So on that end, I do think they kind of hurt their position of trying to get back to the college football playoffs this year. Mm-hmm. They're returning 8 offensive players, 5 on the defense. However, they lost their quarterback, Desmond Ridder, to the NFL.
Sure did.
Lost Sauce Gardner, the cornerback.
Sauce.
Kobe Bryant, the corner, another DB. Jerome Ford, their running back. And then they lost a lot of their defensive players that were basically the strength of that team there, to me. Like, they defense held it down a lot.
So what you saying is they should be 22?
They should be 22?
Yes.
Honestly,
with everything that they lost, they should be at 22
with everything
right
that they lost. And granted, their coach has been picking up players left and right and building that recruiting class. However, I do feel like it's going to be a pretty significant step back this year.
Right.
So 22, I wouldn't put him in the top 25.
And keep in mind, this is somebody else's opinion, bro.
It's
not no
exactly
thing.
But based off of that, all the information there that you provide that I gave out there, like, I don't think I would even put them in my top 25. But I think out of respect, because they finished 4 and they do return 8 players, they were like, we'll give it. You know what I mean?
All right, so I'll pose another question.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, are they going to be in the top 25?
No.
Bet the dub.
You know what?
Bet me the
I'll
dub.
take that back.
Okay.
They might be in the same position that they at, 22 to 25. So, I mean they have the 86 ranked schedule. Mm-hmm. So they should definitely win games. So I take that back. 25, maybe.
Yeah, I think they will be in the 25.
I can see that. Now, going back to the college football playoffs ain't happening. No time soon.
Yeah, I'm not betting on that, bro. I'm not betting on that.
No time soon. And they have, in Phil Steele's opinion, they have the top 15 ranked special teams at number 8. Special team wins games. However, you lost a lot of players.
Yeah.
A lot of key players. A lot of senior leadership.
But you know the golden rule, my boy.
Recruit.
And next man up.
Can't make the club in the tub. So hopefully ain't none of them in the tub.
I still be trying to find a way to use that phrase, bro. I'm working on it.
We gonna find.
I'm working on it.
We gonna put that on a shirt or something. Now the bottom half of the top 25 that we're discussing is Kentucky, another SEC school. So you're talking about the bottom 5 being 3 SEC schools. Crazy.
Right.
So
it's crazy when you look at the rest of the list.
Man.
But we'll gradually get there.
We definitely gonna get there. Kentucky finished 10-3 last year. Their strength of schedule was 74. Now, based off of their strength of schedule, what they brought back, 10-3 should have been expected. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This year, their strength of schedule is 35. So that's a steep climb.
True.
As far as competition. Returning, they have 6 offensive players, including Will Levis, who is one of the top quarterbacks preseason-wise and is getting a lot of looks for being drafted next year. Mm-hmm. And then you also have their running back coming back, Christopher Rodriguez, who was a beast.
He was nice last year.
Beast. I think he had about 1,300 yards last year.
Yeah, he was nice.
So you're talking about quarterback, running back combo coming back, and Will Levis might as well be an extra running back.
Right.
He kind of reminds me of Josh Allen. So you have 5 defensive players coming back on that end. They lost Wan'Dale Robinson, their wide receiver. So he already lost one of his top wide receivers. I think
one of his
next
main targets too.
1,000 yards. next man up was about 600 yards. So it's going to be a lot of adjustments during this time of the year, getting ready for the season. So we'll see what happens within the next few weeks here. And they have 0 top 15 units.
Yeah.
So I don't know what.
Well, they stay in the top 25.
As much as I want to say yes,
They'll somehow be replaced with LSU.
because I think so. I want to say yes, but with the 35th ranked schedule now, and you lost some key players on the offense and defense, and Mark Stoops, he does his job there, but I kind of feel like they finishing with about an 8-9 win season there, and because of that, I don't see you making that top 25. You know what I mean?
No.
So we're going to roll over into NFL news.
Let's get it.
What we touching down on today?
Doing the AFC East, ain't we?
AFC East? Yeah, AFC East. So in the AFC East, who we have?
You got the Bills, the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Jets.
What did the Bills finish last year?
11-6. Patriots ended 10-7. Dolphins were 9-8, and the Jets were a whopping 4-13.
Question.
Terrible.
Do the Jets win 4 games this year?
I haven't won in 4. That's it. That's it. When I was going through the schedule, I only counted 4.
4
and
wins.
they was 4 possibles, so I don't know.
4 wins.
4 possibles.
And since we in the East, we're going to start from the bottom like we have been, and we're going to stay with the Jets right now. So 4-13 last year. Marv has them finishing with 4 wins.
Possible 4-13.
You don't think they go like 2 wins?
No.
No?
No.
I
looked at the schedule and I couldn't find 5 wins, bro.
A lot of people are high on the Jets this year.
They can
I don't
be.
know why.
The sportsbook loves that.
I don't know why. I mean, they had an amazing draft, but they about 2 to 3 years away from being something serious for me.
Bro, I'm cool.
So,
next team.
No, we gotta get. That's it. Look, that's it. That's all the love on them.
Them and the Giants, they in the same boat with me, bro.
Same, and they both New York teams. Trash. So we have to give at least the people what they need. Zach, key players. You got Zach Wilson, C.J. Mosley, who hasn't been the same since leaving the Ravens to me. And then you have Quinnen Williams. Key additions in the free agency pool, they got C.J. Uzomah, tight end from Cincy. I don't know if I would have made that move, but I mean,
Doesn't matter at this point.
You go from a Super Bowl contender to the bottom of the barrel. You making that? I mean, money wise, that's probably all it was. But I don't think I'm going from Super Bowl contender down to the bottom of the barrel. Not if I
They're
really
going to
want
be
a
down
Super
there
Bowl.
for a long time, bro.
They got about 2 to 3 more years, bro.
They're going to be down there for a minute.
So you looking at C.J. Uzomah, Solomon Thomas from the Raiders. He was previously before that with 49ers. Sauce Gardner in the draft from Cincinnati, who we just spoke about. Garrett
You
Wilson.
better get up out of New York quick.
Wide receiver, Ohio State. You have Jermaine Johnson, defensive end from Florida State, and then Breece Hall, running back from Iowa State. And it was actually drafted in that order. Again, I do feel like they had an amazing draft class, and with the pickups of Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall on that offensive side, and pairing them with the second-year quarterback Zach Wilson out of BYU. that's going to be a strong young core. But again, 2 to 3 years away from really competing.
3
to
to
me.
4 to 5.
4 to 5.
Bro,
God,
they have to be better than the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Bills for me to even care about what they got going on right now.
Dolphins, Patriots. You right. 4 to 5. I forgot this is their division. Dolphins, Patriots, and the Bills.
Bro,
Man,
I feel like the Bills are going to be good for a while right now.
Man, they going to be good, and they have been good.
They just needed Tom Brady to get up out of there.
They are on the cusp of like really getting to that Super Bowl. As far as key losses, they lost some players, but I don't feel like you can have key losses from a 4-13 team.
We are talking about professional athletes, man. Give them their credit.
I don't feel like you can have key losses from a 4-13 team.
Nah, fam.
You know what I mean? So, finishing fourth, you agree?
I agree. They're going to be in
Don't put your money on them. Don't put your money on them.
That plus 2,000 look great.
Don't do it.
Do not do it.
It's people out there doing it, but don't do it. Next up, we got the finishing. You want to go? Who do you think gonna finish third? Is what I want to go, and that's where.
According to what the sports books are saying, is going to be the Patriots in third place. Mm-hmm. Last year was the Dolphins.
Right.
Finished the season 9-8. Right now, the odds for them to win are plus 400. To win their division, let me be specific. To win their division, the odds are plus 400. And I do have them winning over 8 games. They made a lot of key acquisitions in the past few months, dog.
So since we're gonna go based off of how they finished, the Dolphins is next up. The Dolphins
are going to be so fast.
Them fools went crazy.
They're going to be so fast next year, bro.
They went crazy in the offseason. Crazy.
And it's not like they landed big names, but these are dogs on this list.
I mean,
Tyreek Hill, yeah, he's a dog, bro. But
that's a big name, bro.
No, I'm saying that's a big name, but I'm about to get to the rest of these names. Of course, we understand Tyreek, Teddy Bridgewater, Melvin Ingram. Sony Michel, he dope, bro. That's a good pickup for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Chase Edmonds,
two-time Super Bowl champ, too.
Yeah, but he was a factor, a role player. A good role player.
A great role player.
But he got the ring, though. He got the ring. Cedric Wilson, Raheem Mostert, Connor Williams. Trent Sherfield.
Trash. Go back. They better not start him on their line.
They will.
If they do, they might as well forget about Tua being protected down on the left or the right side.
Just expect a lot of penalties. Expect a lot of them.
And a lot of.
But when he balls out, he balls out. But he is trash. What Bubba Dub say?
Trash. Man, I mean, you're talking about key players on the team. You have Tua. It's gonna be. He has to step up big time this year.
He has to, bro.
If he doesn't step up big time this year, they gave him everything.
And if he start acting up, Teddy Bridgewater know how to play this game.
That's the thing I was gonna say. They brought in Teddy. Teddy ain't no.
And Teddy is coming. He's trying to start.
The only problem with Teddy to me is he's not the long ball quarterback. He's a dink and dunk. He's a game manager to me.
And he can win you some ball games with the right
Louisville. Cast. Yes, but is he a best fit for the skill guys, the Tyreek Hills, the Jalen Waddles, the guys that's running a 9 route all game?
I figured.
Is he gonna get that to him?
He can.
I don't know.
He can.
He occasionally.
He wouldn't be in the league if he couldn't.
He's a professional quarterback, but
he wouldn't. They wouldn't have brought him to this roster.
But that's not his strength.
They wouldn't have brought him to this roster if he couldn't.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree, but I don't believe.
We're gonna have to.
I don't believe that's his strength.
We can argue that all night.
I don't believe that's his strength.
I don't have the time though.
but
I like Teddy Bridgewater, man. It's not a lot you can say about him negative.
No, you can't.
So I'm gonna back him up.
I like Teddy. I just don't feel like he's the best fit for that skill set. But
you can trust on him to not make a mistake.
He definitely gonna win you games.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That's what we doing out here.
They have Jalen Waddle, Xavier Howard, Christian Wilkins, and on that,
those are all
key addition
contract extensions, all right?
No, those are all players that they already had.
Just added, okay.
Now, as far as another key addition that you didn't mention, they have Teron Armstead from New Orleans. So they also brought in New Orleans' top left tackle to protect Tua. So Tua, please.
Hey,
please show up this year.
I'm gonna say this. It's not a bold prediction.
Okay.
But it's like not bad advice.
Okay.
Bro, I'll throw a few dollars on that plus 400 for the Dolphins to win the division. I don't think they will.
Not with the Bills there, but I don't think that's a terrible.
That's not a terrible.
That's not a terrible pick. That is not a terrible pick
right now. At least
right now on paper, that is not a terrible pick. Now,
I don't think they'll win their division. I do want to go on record and say that's what I feel is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. However, I'm not always right.
Where you have them finishing in?
Second.
I have them finishing second. I also feel like where they had their strength in this offseason was the free agency, where they will need to beef up in the draft. Unfortunately, they lost one of their picks.
Yeah.
Where they need to beef up is that running back room. That running back room is necessary because you just brought in Mostert, Michelle. Who was the other? Chase Edmonds?
Chase Edmonds.
You're talking about 3 cats that can't stay healthy. 3 cats that don't give you 1,000+ yards.
3 cats who are also in like big running back rooms though.
But Chase Edmonds had a chance to be the one in Arizona. Sony Michel had the chance to be the one in New England.
There's never going to be a number 1 running back in New England. Not with the system that they run.
You're right. But he did have a chance to take over in L.A. Couldn't do it. And then you have Raheem Mostert, who had the potential, but never just burst all the way off the scene. So they definitely.
The boy was so fast.
I think super fast.
So fast.
If they stay healthy, it's a good
rotation.
Look.
It's a good look.
It's a great rotation with speed and power. But that's going to be their weakness. Now we're going to switch over to the Patriots. What you got on the Patriots? What you thinking about with the Patriots?
All right, so last year they ended 10-7, like we earlier stated.
Right.
The odds for them to win to win their division is going to be plus 500.
Right.
I do have them winning 8 or less games.
Really?
Yes.
8 or less?
8 or less.
Ooh.
Bold
Major,
prediction.
if you listening to this,
I said it. I said it. 8 or less.
8 or less.
And that's not because I hate you.
Yeesh. Why? I need to know this
bro.
before I give all this information. What you got?
The league getting better, bro. And
the league is getting better.
I've been watching some highlights from the Patriots camp, whatever they put out. Don't look too good for Mac Jones. And I don't like the Patriots.
Right.
I really don't.
I agree.
I did love Tom Brady when he was there, bro. You can't deny that.
You can't deny Tom.
I did not like the Patriots, and I do not like Coach Belichick.
And when you really think about their team, it's crazy. I don't like them. I don't like them either. But go ahead.
I don't understand how this system works. I don't get it.
Crazy thing is they do not have an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator this year.
For real?
No.
Yeah, see.
They have assistants, and maybe it's
I'm
money
just super
thing.
hyped about the Dolphins like doing a lot.
No, I don't disagree though.
Yeah.
But the Patriots, I agree. Now, as far as 8 wins, I don't know. But as far as I feel like the Patriots are definitely taking a step down, and Belichick is.
I ain't gonna say taking a step down.
I mean to go to 3.
They just staying stagnant, bro.
To go to 3, that's taking a step down. And in the where they have been over the last since we've been in school, it feel like since we were kids, where they've been is definitely taking a step down. They have Mac Jones, they have Damian Harris, Hunter Henry, Devin McCourty, who was almost out of the league too, but a great leader. As far as that goes, key players are still there. They lost Josh McDaniels, who is going to be a big factor. But even when Josh McDaniels left the first time, it wasn't as big of a factor.
Right.
So they might be able to keep that blow, but with no offensive coordinators, I don't know. They did re-add Malcolm Butler to the roster from Arizona, Devontae Parker from Miami, who had very high expectations when he was drafted and never really met them expectations.
Right.
But They did lose J.C. Jackson, their cornerback, went to the Chargers, who is about to be some dogs.
I can't wait to watch that division, bro.
Went to the Chargers, and then they also lost Kyle Van Noy. So, I agree with you. Maybe I'm going to have to look at the schedule again and just reevaluate my expectations.
8 or less, Major.
But I do have them finishing third. No, that for sure I do have them finishing third. And we're going to head over to the champs of that division last year, and who I personally think is going to win the division again. And you too, right?
Yeah, I think they're going to take the division.
Let us know what they do last year.
Last year they ended 11-6.
Right.
Right now the odds for them are going to be minus 220.
So don't put your money down because you ain't making nothing back.
There's
really.
no real value there.
It's no value.
And then I do have them winning more than 8 games.
Definitely more than 8 games.
Well,
I mean, the team, low key, the Bills are one of those squads that you just, like you said earlier, they are just there. They're good. They're good. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Ed Oliver got to come into his own. Tremaine Edmonds, Tre'Davious White. You add Von Miller, who can still produce. You add an O.J. Howard, who has not met his full potential yet, but maybe he goes to the Bills and they get it out of him. You know what I mean?
They just picked up a solid vet from the Titans, Roger Saffold.
Man.
Tackle.
Man.
Was out there moving bodies for Derrick Henry.
Moving bodies.
Bodies.
And one of the most, I guess you'll say, to me, underrated positions, backup quarterback. They picked up Case Keenum, who is very serviceable as a backup. Man, the boy has a dog mentality. He really does.
He just never played with no real roster.
Exactly. But if Josh Allen was to go down, I do feel like he can keep it up. You know what I mean?
He was out there doing his thing in Minnesota, bro.
Yo, he
doing his thing in Minnesota.
I mean, if they wasn't going so hard after Kirk, he definitely probably would have still been there. But one of the major pickups to me that the Bills had was in the draft, picking up Dalvin Cook's little brother, James Cook.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that might have been the piece that they were missing.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. That running back room stayed hurt. They didn't really produce as much. A lot of expectation was on Devin Singletary, and he just didn't give what they needed.
Right.
You bring in James Cook, who can flash, who showing strength. He's a version of his brother.
Yeah.
He's not his brother, but he's definitely a version of his brother.
I can't
catch
wait
the
to
ball.
see how good he be though.
Man,
I'm excited to see that.
Man, so
I got some high expectations for the Bills, dog.
Man,
this year
I do too. And honestly, their key losses to me weren't key losses, like because of what they brought in.
I know this is not the topic that we covering, but who's your top 3 in the AFC right now?
In the AFC preseason, Bills.
Okay.
Chargers.
Okay.
Bills.
That defense going to be so good out there.
Bills, Chargers. Dang, who else? Man, honestly, bro, I like the Raiders.
I'm not mad at it.
I do. I like the Raiders.
You've been wanting to be a Raiders fan.
No, bro. Man. Dang, what I got on?
Nah, bro. I'm gonna have to go with the Bengals.
Okay, that's a solid pick.
Kansas City is not on this list. Yeah, they're my number 1.
They your number 1?
Yeah, they're still my number 1 right now.
Okay,
Bengals, Buffalo. That's crazy, bro. I might have to go Raiders too.
Man, so you have the Bengals going back to the Super Bowl? No, I don't.
It's gonna be either them or the Bills. Bro.
It's not gonna be them.
It's gonna be one of the.
It's gonna be Buffalo, or I'm gonna say Chargers or the Raiders.
Yeah, you got high hopes for Baltimore.
You know what?
If they can stay healthy, yeah.
I think honestly, if they can stay healthy, I didn't even think about Baltimore. But
they weren't healthy last year, so I'm not thinking about Baltimore.
if they can stay healthy and if Harbaugh doesn't make terrible analytical decisions.
Here you go.
To go for, I mean, he literally lost them a few games last year based off of analytics.
But you praise old boy and for the Chargers, but you give Harbaugh like issues for making the same decision.
Yeah, because I mean,
only because they lost.
But did I praise him? I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't necessarily praise him.
We'll run the tape back.
Okay. So
we'll run
maybe what I said was
Okay.
that as a young coach, but we talking about two different. He was a first-year head coach.
But Justin
So,
Tucker is
for
the
me,
only factor that's making you like say, okay, he's making terrible
Yeah,
decisions. He's supposed to
absolutely.
kick
Why
that.
not put that boy on the field?
You see
Justin
that Justin
Tucker
signed him too.
Justin Tucker
Extended that contract.
is the best kicker in NFL history. Let's put it out
Real
there.
good.
So why not let him tie the game and then let him go win the game?
Man, I'm trying to get off the field. I'm going for a win, bro. But that's me. That's how I coached.
This ain't Madden.
And look, you see, Brock. Forget Madden. I'm talking about the babies.
Hey, we trying to win the game,
the youngsters, bro.
We trying to win the game. But as far as
Can't
the
kick
Bills,
field goals with 9 and 10-year-olds.
bro, you really can't.
You can, which is
no,
I'm
it's not going to happen. It's not going to look good. But as far as finishing out that Buffalo Bills outlook, I mean, they're there, bro. They're there. I do believe. To me, I see them going to the. I see them finally getting over the hump and making it to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen, same expectations. I think he meets them. All the pickups that they have, biggest secret that pretty much showed up was Gabriel Davis in the playoffs. Throughout the season, his first 2 years in the league, pretty average. Playoffs, what was his postseason run, 14 receptions, 242 yards, 5 touchdowns.
That boy was trying to get to it.
If he didn't make a statement that he's the number 2 on that team, because you're not beating out Diggs for the number 1. But now you gotta really think about this cat.
And he might be a sleeper.
He might be on my sleeper list.
Is he on the sleeper list?
He might be on my sleeper list. Let me see what we got to get there. We got to get there. But I definitely think that the Bills finally get over the hump. Kansas City, I don't feel like they're going to get back to where they're used to being. And Tom Brady is no longer.
He's no longer there to terrorize.
Terrorizing.
It's great to get a win. Any conditions. Hope you guys have a great week.
Watch out for the boogeyman.
You know what I'm saying? So,
oh man, he was
Bills,
really the boogeyman to the AFC.
It's their time. It's the Bills' time because Tom was the boogeyman. He was the boogeyman to the NFL. Like, he was like Jordan.
Nah,
like, don't even think about.
At least other options in the NFC had a chance to.
True.
But the AFC stood no chance.
No chance. Never. At all.
That's funny.
Man, and because you said sleepers, we're going to roll over into our fantasy picks, sleepers, must grabs, pickups with the highest potential.
Let's start off with the must grabs.
First of all, I really don't like giving this out. I know we have people.
Because you know I'm taking notes.
I know we have people listening that's going to be in our draft on this Saturday. So I know they're going to be listening and like, yeah, he's saying this. All right. Let me look him up. I kind of like that.
I've been paying attention
and
too.
I'm mad that I'm giving out these good picks, but I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart for everybody else. Now, don't be trying to steal my picks, though. I had to take a few off.
Why?
Because I know you really writing down notes.
I'm not writing down nothing. I'm recording.
I'm seeing you. You probably at home like, oh, yeah, that is a good pick, Chubbs. Man, but we're going to head over. My two sleepers, Ramondre Stevenson, New England. Of course, like you said earlier, New England has no number 1 running back. Damian Harris is the guy, but Stevenson is going to come in. Mind you, he is from Vegas.
Right.
He's going to come in. He's going to do his job. It's his second year. He's going to be better. I can see him having a big role as long as he steps it up. I could see him having a big role. My number 2 sleeper in that division will be Elijah Moore with the Jets. The Jets had Corey Davis, but Corey Davis has not lived up to his draft potential at all. Right. At all. So Elijah Moore
had. You got to think about that supporting cast around him.
Man, but Elijah Moore was doing some. He was doing some things. He was doing some things, and I think he this year takes the next step to become maybe the best slot receiver they have on that team, and maybe the number 2, maybe the number 1 receiver, because they do have the rookie coming in from Ohio State, who they have been saying blasting through training camp.
Yeah,
man, Garrett Wilson. They saying he is killing it in training camp.
He was killing it at
Ohio State.
Ohio State, though.
Like, he's killing it, and don't pick him up either.
Nah, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
Maybe later.
Thank you. Don't pick him up.
You got it.
My must grab, Mike. What? How do we pronounce his name? Gesicki. I'm gonna call him Mike Sicky because that boy is sick.
Hey, don't he remind you of Dallas Clark?
Dallas Clark reincarnated.
I swear.
44 to 88. So Dallas Clark reincarnated.
Yeah, that boy nice, bro.
Like, tight end from the Dolphins. If you don't know, I do believe that he is my must grab simply because now on that outside you have Jalen Waddle, you have Tyreek Hill, you have 2 wide receivers that's taking the top off.
Pause.
Come on, man.
Go ahead. So that's the 2 outside. He might be the best security blanket in that division.
He is going to be the best security blanket in that division. Like, think about that. Like, the whole middle of the field. Because are you going to...
Must grab.
Are you going to let Tyreek just go? No. Are you going to let Waddle just go? No. That's dangerous. So,
as long as he can outrun them linebackers...
To me,
automatic first down.
Must grab, Mike. Get sick with it. That's what we're going to call him. Mike, get sick with it.
I'm not going to call him that on air.
Mike, get sick with it.
Nope. Not going to do it.
And because you mentioned him, he wasn't on my sleeper. But to me, the player with the highest upside in this division will be Gabriel Davis, the number 2 wide receiver for the Bills. Took a big step, let them know, hey, I need this rock. I need to be here. Go ahead, make me the number 2. Stephon gonna get that coverage. Throw it to me. I'm open. So
let me throw one more out there.
Who you got? What we talking about?
Now this may another sleeper.
A sleeper? Okay.
Granted, this may not be a fantasy sleeper, but this is a player that you might want to watch.
Okay.
Cedric Wilson.
You know what? I thought about putting him on my sleeper list.
I don't think he'll be good for like points, so I wouldn't draft him. However,
right.
He is going to be a key factor for Miami to win the ball games that they win.
Yes.
I am so pissed off at Jerry Jones for letting him go.
Bro, we not going there. We're not going there.
He's not a star. He's not a Pro Bowler. He is a good football player, bro.
He is a really good football player. And he knows his role, plays it well, does it great. You know what I'm saying? I was going to have him on my sleeper list, but then I thought about it. I'm like, I don't really know how they're going to use him. I'm sure he'll be in the slot.
He's going to save them.
But get sick with it, Mike. He going to be out here as their security blanket simply because he's already been there.
Yeah, I think that's one of their more underrated acquisitions for this offseason.
Absolutely. Connor Williams, I don't know why y'all picked him up.
You can
throw him back away. I'm glad that we got rid of him.
Boy, we hate Connor Williams, man.
I'm still not messing with
him
Connor
and Taco
Williams.
So much.
I'm still not messing with Connor Williams.
Taco.
I'm definitely not. I don't even know where Taco is right now.
It don't even matter, bro.
But do you have anything before we get up out of here? You got anything?
Man, I'm good. I feel like I said everything I needed to say. I've been over here taking notes, and I can't wait to thrash you in this fantasy football league.
I'm excited about this full weekend as a whole. I'm personally excited. I definitely.
Well, before you tell us why you're excited, let me say what I do have to say, bro. I want to give you a shout out, my boy. First off, I want to show my gratitude, man, for the shout out you gave me last week.
Yeah.
The love that you showed me over the weekend for my birthday, man. I really appreciate you being there. But I want to give some praise to my partner, man. He's been my dog for 2 decades now.
Is that how you count it? 2 decades?
2 decades. I'm not finna say 20 years like that, bro. No, 2 decades, bro. We got some little wisdom behind us, so we can use better phrases now. You know what I'm saying? But 20 years, dog. I've been rocking with you. You've been solid since day one.
Yep.
I had to rough you up a couple of times, but there's growing pains. You get that.
That was high school.
Yeah.
That was high school.
Yeah, well,
we ain't little no more.
No, man, but I'm always praying for you, bro. I love you to death.
Absolutely.
Love you and your
Love
family
too,
like
brother.
they belong to me, man. So
Absolutely.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you,
I
brother.
can't wait to get lit this weekend.
Thank you, brother. I'm
going
definitely
down.
looking forward to the weekend.
Hey, get that Pedialyte.
I do
Gotta
need
hydrate this weekend.
I might need to start tomorrow, but definitely need some Pedialyte. I'm excited. My birthday, I'll be 33 this year, so that's definitely a blessing.
Pippin year.
I'll
be hating on nobody.
I'll be 33 this year. That's crazy to even say. We have that.
It's a blessing too. Man.
And then we have the fantasy draft, which I always love and look forward to. Man, Drew, hit me with some music, my brother, while we get up out of here. I don't know if he went to sleep or something back there.
It's all good, man.
I've been asleep. Let me sleep.
Tell the people about the
Hey,
watch, subscribe, comment, like, tell a friend, and tell 10.
Again, watch, subscribe, like, tell a friend,
Tell 10.
tell 10 to tell 20 to
Get
tell
this
30.
money.
Hey, real quick, football season is here. Football season is here. In 3 weeks, we'll have our first official pick, and that'll be college football. So it's not a great slate, but we're gonna have something on the table, at least to get you through your
Think
weekend.
about it, bro. In a few weeks, bro. Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Sunday,
Monday. It's gonna be football on TV.
and it's some games on Tuesdays, college wise.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I think we only missing out on Wednesday.
It really is the best time of the year.
Best time of the year, football season. When you smell that grass, wipe your
Turkey ass.
It's a wrap. Thanks for watching the Dawg Money Sports Show, everybody. Love y'all, man.
Watch your dog, buddy. Love y'all, man. Peace.